My name is not Marco Aziel. It is Aaron Hernandez. When I was kind of cutting out a space for me to be an artist in the internet, I thought, what would happen if somebody Googled, I'm like, oh yeah, just go look up Aaron Hernandez. What do they find? A football player from the Patriots who went on a murdering rampage, or something like that. It doesn't matter if he was actually a murderer or not. I think he was. But if you Google it, that's what you'll find. Stories and news about him. If you Google the name Marco Aziel, and if you go to like the domain name marcoaziel.com, the Twitter and the Tumblr and the Facebook and the SoundCloud and everything was wide open. I could do that. So I was like, Marco Aziel, yes. If you Google Marco Aziel, nothing shows up. So I made that my name. And now when you Google Marco Aziel, you find me, which is really good. So that's why I have a stage name. If your question is, well, not Marco Aziel, why did you pick that name? There's no story behind it, really. I don't know, man. I'm drawn to names that start with M. My middle name is Matthew, which might be why. My grandparents on my dad's side a long time ago, they kind of nicknamed me Mateo because that's Spanish for Matthew. In Spanish 2 to 3, yes, Spanish 2-3, I took a combined 2-3 class. It was supposed to be super hard and advanced, but this was coming right out of freshman year where everything was easier than 8th grade. So I totally kept up with it. I thought it was easy. But that's another story. In Spanish 2-3, my name was Marcos, and so now, I don't know, I guess I've just got M names stuck in my head, so when I was thinking of names, I was like, Marco, I like Marco. And the last name, I just kind of looked up cool last names. I wanted one that kind of fit well with Marco, but there's no real, backstory that has any significant meaning to me as a person, Alright, let's look at this rhyming app. Here we go. I'm gonna type in, I wrote a song for a special boy. Song? I think it, wrong, maybe. Long? Strong. Ooh, that's a good one. Belong. But that's gonna be hard to fit in there. I don't know. I might not want to introduce the concept of not fitting in until later. I want to paint the picture, like the opening scene. But that's a good one. 3-syllable words. Can you see this? 3-syllable words. Viet Cong. Oh man, I want to put that in a song. And at the bottom, of course, is a free edition. It's got ads. It says Zoosk #1 dating app on smartphones. Yeah, thanks. Last night in a dream, I wrote a song for a special boy who's 12 or 13. This next line, it needs to describe how he's somehow different, but headstrong, Hong Kong. I wonder why they bold certain words. I think it's just because those are common words or good generic words. Maybe. He was 12 or 13. I'm not sure I need to rhyme with the word song, but special boy somehow needs to be rhymed with. What I like to do though, one of my favorite lyrical things to do, this is just me being picky with the English language, but nothing's coming up for the word special. Come on, search. Nothing. You take the end of a line, right? So I say, I wrote a song for a special boy. And then when you rhyme it with that, you kind of split up the syllables and you divide them differently. And I loved it. Or you take, the ending of a line, it's a couple of words, and then you rhyme with it with one word that's a couple of syllables. Or something like that. I love doing that. And I think it makes it more interesting and it adds a little bit of variety, but it still keeps the language kind of catchy and rhymey, which is really cool. I don't know. I love songs that rhyme their lines in creative ways. Because another one of my pet peeves are songs that rely on really cheap rhymes, the word, pop songs that rhyme the word, hands in the air, and something about not caring, or something like that. Like, there are so many rhymes that are overused, and there are so many other, there's, I'm stumbling over this sentence. There are, like, pretty much infinite rhymes out there. You just gotta find them and use them creatively. And I don't want to rely, I'm gonna check if I'm recording in a minute. I just don't want to rely on really cheap, easy rhymes, because they can make a song catchy, but you gotta use them sparingly. For special, I'm gonna look up words for toy. Maybe find a multi-syllable rhyme for boy, joy, destroy, employ, enjoy. The problem is if I use a two-syllable word, right, I have the, I wrote a song for a special boy. Now the spe is like, this is what I'm talking about with syllables and emphasis. Special boy, it's like special boy. The stress, if I use a two-syllable word, I gotta make sure that the stress is on the last syllable, otherwise it'll feel funky to me. Funky, not in like a musical good funky, but as in a bad funky. I think enjoy might be a good one. Destroy, I'm not sure if I'm gonna use that word. Illinois. If I could use the word Illinois, that would fit perfectly. I might have to use that word just because. Dang. And also, like, songs that mention a place seem to be a little bit more personal. So I could write this song about a boy from, like, in Illinois. I don't know, I might be lying. But I don't know where this all happened. Maybe it was in Illinois. But dang, Illinois would be a perfect word to put this, like, special boy, Illinois. Like, oh my god, it fits. But, I'm gonna struggle to fit that in. But I do think, like, songs that mention a place, feel more personal. Last night, in a dream, I wrote a song for a special boy. He was 12 or 13 in a school in Illinois. See, that fits, but it doesn't really tell anything about the kid. And it's gotta be about the kid. You may notice, some people write music first and then add lyrics. Some people write lyrics first and then fit them into music. I think mostly what I do is I write music, you know, I think of something simple to do, and I think of words, and then I think of something else that kind of fits, and I think of words. I don't know, I kind of write them both in tandem. I don't know, I just find it's simpler, because when I think of a song, I hear a little bit of it in my head. And I hear it, you know, with some of the words, or at least kind of the mental, vague idea of words, along with the mental idea of vague music at the same time. So I want to write it out, both parts at the same time. Illinois is perfect, but I'm not sure how I'm going to use the other half of that line to describe the kid. Corduroy. That's a good one. Playboy. Annoy. Why are these? What are the color coding? How does this work? There's green words. There's bold words. There are bold green words. Destroy. Doughboy. Employ. Enjoy.